Alright, I'm back, and this time I'm ready to start the first dungeon. Let it be known that if you move the save folders out of the Daggerfall directory in order to back them up, you should probably recreate those folders so Daggerfall doesn't try to save to a folder that doesn't exist. Anyways, let's begin. So Daggerfall has lots and lots of improvements over Arena. You can actually look up and down, which was seriously annoying. I'll just equip my weapon here and ready it. And you don't have to use that cursor to click on things either. You can actually activate doors and stuff by pushing spacebar while looking at something, which is really nice. So we have the first enemy of the game. That was rather unceremonious. So this first dungeon, I would argue that it's a worse starter dungeon than Arena's opening dungeon, because Arena at least just gave you a bunch of enemies that were like the weakest enemy types in the game, goblins and rats. Daggerfall is different. It has this enemy, an imp. You see how much damage that did to me? This imp is a spell casting enemy, and what's worse is, I'm gonna rest to get my health back. What's worse is that if you do not have a if you don't have a weapon better than iron, then you can't actually hurt that thing with anything other than your fists or magic. It's seriously bad to put an enemy like that in the opening dungeon of the game. But they did it. This dungeon is also way more open and confusing than than Arena's dungeon was. You don't even have a sense of direction. There's this humanoid enemy that went down rather quickly. We can at least take his armor. And there are some more treasure piles here. And there's a bunch of severed heads for some reason. There's a bunch of random little things like that. So the reason I took the ebony dagger at the start was to basically avoid the issue of not having a weapon to damage the imp with. And while, you know, while I'm thinking about it, I could cast spells at it, but these are completely awful spells. Like, look at this. It looks like this is a really good spell, but I can only really cast it a couple of times because it costs so much spell points. And Chameleon and Slow Falling are completely useless spells too. For now they are anyways. So this enemy can shoot you with a bow because it's an archer. Is it gonna die? Okay, it's dead. Good. Just take the armor he's got. Hey look, it's the Dovahkiin helmet. Anyhow. We're supposed to go through here. And there's a skeleton at the top of this staircase, which you might remember takes half damage from anything that isn't a blunt weapon. Fortunately, we can deal with it. And there's a bat here too. Get rid of that. I don't know if enemies take fall damage, but it would be funny if they did. Let's see, we have a bow here. It's Elven. I can't equip Elven because I forbade it in the class editor, but Elven's really nice. So, what you're supposed to do is hit this lever while sitting on the throne and you will rise to the top of this room, and that's where the exit is. But we don't have to actually use the throne and lever. If we had levitation magic, we could fly up there, but we can also do this. Run straight at the wall and you start climbing it. Daggerfall is the only Elder Scrolls game to have a climbing skill. And in fact, I can't really think of any other open world games that I've played that have a climbing skill, except for Breath of the Wild. Which is humorous to think about, that Nintendo actually did something other people don't. That's rather uncharacteristic of Nintendo, but anyhow. There's another one of those annoying imps right by the exit to the dungeon. So actually, I should probably back up a little bit. Oh yeah, I have a mod installed that makes some of the interface text rather humorous, because it has things like, there are enemies nearby, and enemies are nearby. Yeah, now you see how it's annoying that you can't rest while enemies nearby, so I'm gonna have to clear out the nearby enemies. They're probably in this room. Okay. Until fully healed. Enemies can still interrupt your rest, but you know, if you rest where there are absolutely no enemies, you should be safe from getting your rest interrupted. Enemies don't pop up at random like they did in Arena unless you are out in the wilderness. Alright, so here goes. There's the imp. He hits me a couple times, and he's dead. Okay, good. Sometimes I get really unlucky and actually die to that imp, so that was very good. And here's the exit to the dungeon. And welcome to the Daggerfall Wilderness. Looks nice, huh? Let's look at the map. Auto map. I don't want the auto map, I want the world map. So this is a map of the Iliac Bay. If it looks like a really, really huge world space, that's because it is. Daggerfall has one of the largest overworld maps in the history of gaming. It is said to be the size of Great Britain. I mean, look at this. That's where we are right now. That is Privateer's Hold, and directly south appears to be a town. And in fact, we can walk all the way across that wilderness to that town. Fast travel exists in Daggerfall, thank goodness. But just to demonstrate the fact that that you can walk from this dungeon to that town, we're gonna walk. And while we are walking, I'm gonna talk about how they accomplished this game's massive overworld. It's largely Control plus C, Control plus V, Control plus V, Control plus V. See, this is another thing that they hype about Daggerfall. The world is huge, sure, but that means that there's going to be a lot of copy and pasted environments. Towns don't exactly have anything unique in them. Like, this is a long way off from being as bad as No Man's Sky, which was even worse as far as world design goes. But, you know, like, I would rather have a smaller world that has lots of things to do and see in it than what Daggerfall gave us, which is a huge world, sure, but, like, all of the towns are basically the same. The dungeons, you know, they're all randomly generated, and I hope you got used to that dungeon texture, because all of the dungeons basically have the same textures. So, yeah. Like, that's not me saying that Daggerfall is a completely horrible game, because there's a lot to appreciate about Daggerfall, but, you know, if I had to compare this to the other Elder Scrolls games, you know, I think it's clear who the winner's going to be, but we can appreciate this for what it is. And there we go. We are entering the town of Gothway Garden, which I think is where a lot of people are going to start their gameplay, but it's nighttime now, so we'd better find a tavern or something. Rent a room, get some rest, all that good stuff. House has nothing of value. What? It's a tavern, dude. Okay. It's very weird. Maybe that's the wrong door? I've never had that happen! Somebody tell me what's going on. Okay. I know, let's look at the map, because you have maps of all the towns. Wow. So is that building just incorrectly textured as a tavern when it's not supposed to be? That is very strange. Very, very strange. You can scribble little notes on your map if you want to. That's always a little bit of fun. Anyhow, let's find the actual tavern. Is it this? Navigating towns in Daggerfall is a lot more annoying than in Arena, simply because the towns in Daggerfall are just massive compared to Arena, and you can't spot certain buildings based solely on their building texture. I mean, this one you could, but whoops. I hit the rest key. There we go. An annoying thing also in Daggerfall is that if you want to wait for the buildings to open up, where's the door? I don't see a door here. Oh, there it is. This is very embarrassing. I think I'm just going to... Alright. Let's just rest until morning and I can, hopefully not embarrass myself. So you are not allowed to rest in... Okay. And I've leveled up already. See, with my skill progression as fast as it is because of all those disadvantages I took, it's very quick. You're very quick to level up. And since I gained so many hit points per level, that's gonna pile up real fast. So let's put all of this into... I'm gonna put a little into speed. Should I put some into speed? Yeah, this is fine, I think. Speed is your attack speed, so you can swing like a madman if it hits 100. Alright then, let's get out of here. As soon as I find where the exit is... Geez, some things never change. Must be this way. Good. Okay. Daylight! That's very nice. So, you like how these NPCs look? I don't know what they're doing, but it looks kind of not fun. Ah, that's where I wanted to go. The Mages Guild makes a return. There are other guilds besides the Mages Guild, and you can actually join them all. You can become members of the guilds. Oh. It's locked, though. They're only open at certain hours of the day. They're going to be open in, like, 3 hours. Okay. So you can't rest outdoors, but so you have to loiter, but this is the most annoying thing in the world. You would die of boredom if you loitered here that long. You are only allowed to loiter 3 hours at a time, and I've never understood this. It's pointless to make me loiter for only 3 hours at a time. I have to keep clicking. Why would you do that? Alright, the Mages Guild. We are going to join the Mages Guild. And to join the Mages Guild, you actually have to have a little bit of magic skills. Like, one of your major skills has to be a magic skill, or else they won't let you in. Yeah. I said that Daggerfall cut down on the walls of text, didn't I? Anyhow, the Mages Guild has lots of services available to you. That guy in there identifies your magic items for much cheaper than in Arena, that's for sure. And this is their library. But in order to get access to the higher services, you have to do a bunch of quests for the guild. That's another thing that the guilds in this game do. You get all your side quests from them, and that is actually very nice. I think this guy is the trainer. Skill trainers exist. And there's a lot more side quest variety than in Arena, but all side quests in Daggerfall are randomly generated. It's like the Radiant quests in Skyrim, except, you know, for Skyrim you kind of expect more from quests than randomly generated, go here, get item thing. I always forget where the Spellmaker is. Oh, that's the identified person, actually. I don't know where anything is. I guess I haven't... Oh, that's an exit? Why is there an exit there? I should have rehearsed this. That is the guy you purchase your spells from, actually. But default spells are still really not good. Which is why we are going to... Nope, that's who you buy magic items from. Bingo! The Spellmaker! This is still really broken. First thing we're going to get is a new magic effect. Where is it? It's all the way down here. It's the Teleport spell. We'll give it an appropriate name. And for some reason they give you the Teleport spell for free. The Teleport spell is really nice because it lets you set a location to teleport to, and then you can just warp straight to it, which is going to be very helpful. We're going to use that a lot. And I will create a couple more spells. I would like a Levitate spell. I'll make it really cheap. Levitation is going to be good. We can make a... I'm gonna make an open spell. Pay no attention to the fact that I left its chance at like 2%. And you can also make a bunch of really cheap spells and then just rapid fire cast them in order to grind up your skill. Which is why I said that the skill system is easily exploitable, because you can make just a bunch of cheap spells and repeatedly cast them to level up your magic skills. And since I've set the magic skills as my primary skills, I'm gonna level up really quickly. I'm gonna make a healing spell. I suppose I'll make this a little bit more. Yeah, that looks about right. I can just rapid fire cast it. So that's enough spell making. For now, I suppose. I can always make more off screen. Oh yeah, another function of the Mage's Guild is that if you are unable to regenerate spell points by resting, then just talk to any of them and they will restore it for free. It's fun being a sorcerer. So I will save the game. And I think it's time we went on a side quest. So since the main quest has a bunch of level requirements, let's take on a side quest for the Mage's Guild, so I can show that off. Let's see here. Ah, this is an easy one. We have to guard a mage from being killed by a bunch of enemies that are going to pop in as soon as we loiter for a little bit. So we will loiter. Here they come. And down they go. That wasn't too hard. And they have some nice equipment. What am I missing? Loiter for the rest of the time. I think you can find the mage that you're supposed to be guarding in here, but talking to him is very much a bad idea, because that would ruin the quest. And we get a magic buckler for doing that quest. That was pretty simple. Of course, they even though we're at the Mage's Guild, they don't exactly give us the courtesy of identifying it for us. So we will identify it. 101 gold pieces. Jeez. I did say this was cheaper than in Arena, right? So the buckler has a shield spell, which makes a lot of sense. I can't equip it. It's... wow. It must be steel. I forbid myself from using steel. Well, we can go and sell it. In fact, why don't we go and find a store to sell it to? It's not hard to find stores. They are labeled on the map. To the south. Might as well jump while I'm at it to increase my... whoa! That was a weird jump. I think this is the stores right here. Oh, that's just a house. Oh no, it is a store. There it is. So now when you're in a store in Daggerfall, you can't haggle like you could in Arena. Instead, it just where's my magic item? Do they not buy magic items? Whatever, I have to sell this stuff too. The game will now automatically calculate based on your mercantile skill what price you're going to get. So for all of these, I'm going to get 628 gold. Well, it's better than nothing. Let's see what they've got on sale. You have to actually look at the shelves for this. We are going to purchase a wagon. And there's a bunch of other stuff we could get, but I want the wagon. A wagon is great for storing items that you find in dungeons, or just having, you know, a big storage space. And apparently you can ride in it, too. Yeah. I don't know where the horse came from. You can purchase horses, but I don't know where it came from. Why you would want to ride in the wagon is beyond me. Oh, goody, I seem to have triggered a sound glitch. So this is what talking to people is like, and I'm going to find the I want to know the location of the Fighters Guild. You just keep clicking until they mark it on your map, and we're set. The Fighters Guild is all the way down there, so we are going to head that way. Okay, that sounds annoying me. Can I get rid of it? No, I can't get rid of it. And now I think there's two of that sound playing over one another. There's the Fighters Guild. So the Mages Guild has you dealing with magical problems. The Fighters Guild mainly involves hunting monsters and killing things, which is great because we all know video game players love killing things. Oh, that's not the quest giver. This is the quest giver. And we will join the guild. And now we have a place where we can rest for free. That's one of the benefits of joining the Fighters Guild. Some fool left his back door open and a wild animal got in. Alright then. Go over to Alaborion's General Aegis in Grimfort. All of the quests can, the quests in this game usually send you to a different location, and it's always within the region that you, got the quest in. So we'll go to Grimfort. And traveling just has a bunch of extra settings for that, too. So now we need to find the house where the animal is that we're supposed to kill. Where is... No, not that. General Palace. Where are we going, anyways? Alaborion's General Aegis. Okay. So I should be asking for general stores. There we go. That NPC is not cooperating, so we'll have to ask another one. Maybe if I say it politely? Okay, good. Sometimes you have to say it politely for them. There we go, to the southeast. Assuming I didn't get east and west confused again. And all quests in the game, by the way, have time limits. So that's something you gotta be aware of when you're traveling. Like, if a quest sends you to a dungeon, you've got to make sure that you don't spend too much in-game time inside the dungeon, or else your timer runs out. Doesn't really make that much of a difference to me. Oh, went too far. That must be it. There's the animal. Way to state the obvious, game. So can we... Is there a way to find... Is the store owner here? Because I gotta sell my stuff. He does not appear to be here. Is the store owner really not here? Wow. Well, since nobody's looking, we might as well just take all of his things. Yeah. If the quest lets you into an armorer, I guess you can just take all of their things when they're not there, if you happen to arrive at night. And let's go ahead and load all of this into our wagon so that they don't find me. Look at all of those items. Well, this has been profitable already. I didn't even have to show off the really fun things you can steal. Stealing is much more effective. In fact, will this door be locked now? Will the place be locked? If I can find the door again. That's where it was. No, I'm not gonna look through that. Now this one is locked. There's a bit of a bug in Daggerfall. See, if you use the open spell in daylight, it has a 100% chance of working if you use it in daylight, no matter what the chance of success is. So you can very easily rob any store in the game as long as you arrive before opening hours. You know what? I wasn't gonna show off the stealing in this game. Oh, gotta ship all of this to our wagon. I wasn't gonna show off the stealing in this game, but you know what? Might as well get a head start. Give ourselves a nice big bankroll. Because you can sell all of this to that same store in the morning and they won't give a damn. Do you like this game yet? I kinda like this game. But you know what? This isn't even where the best stuff to steal is. Is all of this gonna be... You can't take those things. Whatever. We should probably go and turn in the quest now before... You know, before the time is up. Might be a good idea. So where is the map? That's not the map. Am I not allowed to look at the map? Okay. The Fighters Guild, as I remember, is all the way down there. I could have set a teleport point with the teleport spell, but I forgot to, so that's on me. We will talk to him. And no great difficulties, I trust. Thought not. 180 gold. It's nice to do these quests, isn't it? And the more quests you do, the higher your rank, and the higher your rank, the more services you gain access to. Anyhow, I've shown off a couple of the side quests that you can get, and I think that's enough for now. Next time we'll get started on some more money making, and possibly the main quest if we've leveled up enough for it.